Hey guys, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. Happy Friday. I hope that you are and you enjoyed the day. And most importantly, our commitment today was finish the week strong and really re-energize, over the weekend. Spend time with your family, spend time with yourself, take care of yourself. Self-care is huge and so important. I want to go through the edge with you and tell you what we're talking about and what's going on. Hey guys, our playbook, big time, big work. Had a great conversation Monday with our related arts teams and talking about how can we maximize our support of math and reading in those classes. And I know that there have been some really good conversations about that and how we can do that. And really appreciate the effort and the thoughtfulness there in the related arts, science, social studies, digging into that stuff. Want to go through our things to do and our calendar dates over here before we get started and everything. First and foremost, we want to make sure that you get your staff information sheet completed. That is important. That does provide us with contact information and things like that if it's an emergency. So please make sure that gets done. Also, tasty snacks. Also, upcoming events. The 16th, we have Mastery Connect training. On the 18th, we have PLC in the cafeteria. Related arts team, you guys have collaboration with Kitley on that day. So make sure that you're connecting with them. I would say go ahead and create the PLC link. I haven't seen one yet, but if I do, I'll send it out to you guys and let you know. On the 19th, Dr. Stevenson's going to be here and visiting. She comes all the time, and Central Administration always come to our building because we do great things here. Dr. Stevenson, the fun thing about Dr. Stevenson on those days is we get to walk around. We try to hit every room in the building so she can see the great things happening in our classrooms and, all the hard work you guys are putting in. So, what we'd love to be able to do is if you have anything really amazing that you're going to get to, because sometimes we just run out of time. We don't get to every room. If you ever have anything amazing that you're like, hey, check this out. This is great. Please let us know. We will definitely stop in there. I love showing her the great things you guys have, the creative things you have. I love showing off our guided reading stations and our tables and all of that stuff. The power of our small group this year. I'm so excited for her to see those things. And honestly, can't wait to, obviously our math classes are working hard, working towards dominating the playbook. And so looking forward to that. Again, if you really have something amazing going on, you want us to stop by, let us know. But she'll be here and we'll be walking around the building on that day. And that's just more of a walk around, check things out. So you'll see us in the building, say hi, all that great stuff. Don't forget, our guided reading assessment window is still open, so we're wrapping those things up, really being diligent in getting that stuff done. It's very powerful and very important. Got to get that done. Midterms, the 26th, they're right around the corner. Guys, the grade book is up to date and it's up to speed. So what you have documented in that 65, 35, 10 is accurate. So make sure that you're doing that. You're not changing that. It'll stay as is, okay? The 25th and the 27th, we're getting some quarter one, cycle one post-assessment for language arts, science, social studies, 6th grade language arts. So you guys need to make sure that you're going on to our hub, and I'm going to pull it up, the hub. I love the hub. And so make sure you're on the hub and you're going into this document, using it regularly. In here, we have our assessment support. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at the 23rd. Social studies is on it. I love it. I appreciate it. 4th grade math on there. Great job. 4th grade science. 4th grade rocking it. Nice job. Thank you. But I know we have more cycle assessment, so make sure you're putting that stuff in there, getting that done. Going down a little further, on the September 25th and 27th, IMPD will be doing some body safety work. Kyle and Sarah will be working on that. And so they'll work with you guys so you guys know exactly when you're doing that and all that stuff. I can't spell. There we go. Birthdays. Hey, happy birthday tomorrow to Katie Addison. Hope you have a great birthday on a Saturday. Awesome. Mark Miranda, the famous, popular Mark Miranda, on Monday, the 17th. And then Kim Benson, our literacy coach extraordinaire, on the 19th. That's Thursday. And then rounding out next week on the final Sunday, Bridget Marco. Happy birthday, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful birthday. I hope it's great for all of you. Guys, school environment, walking around, seeing some really powerful stuff. In this edition, we are heavy in our environment information, so this is good stuff. We have seen some outstanding, greetings, things like that. Make sure that you're out there greeting your kids. It is a powerful tool. It means a lot to them. You never know when that one greeting is going to make an impact for a kid, so make sure you're out there. Kudos to all those that are doing a great job. I'm very fortunate. And then when I step out of the hallway here, classes that I see immediately are the ones closest to the office. And, shout out to Joe Tallhelm. He does an amazing job with that and greeting his kids, every one of them that walk into PE and wellness. I know Evan and Devin, they're out there doing that all the time. I see Eric Scott down there greeting his kids. Walk around the building. There are tons of teachers out there. Make sure you're finding a way, greet your kids. Don't congregate together as teachers. Be at your doors, greet your kids, guys. Greet your kids. So important. Also, just, in regards to some systems, our conscious discipline action guide. We know that sometimes there are questions like, okay, how do I handle this? What do I do here? And we wanted to try to provide you some support, as we transition and make our transition through conscious discipline. How are we supporting you? Number one, don't forget about our teams. Mr. Smith and Kyle McLaren team together for A through L. All right. And then you have Mrs. Alexander and Mrs. Reddy teaming together through M through Z. So great teams working with kids. And obviously, the rest of the team up here, I'm always here to help anytime we need any kind of support to help you guys for sure. Talking a little bit about consequences and how they happen. They happen all the time. Consequences aren't punishments. Those are two different things. And consequences happen naturally in every situation. And they should happen in situations that make sense. Kid vandalizes a room, kid should clean up the room. Kid is mean to someone, kid loses friends as a result of that. That's natural ebb and flow of consequences. But we know that not everything falls into that. So we kind of created just some guidance for you. And so this is an image. We'll put a link to this so you have access to it full size. But here's just something to help you, right? I think first and foremost is to ask yourself the question when this incident is going on. It goes back to our training on Monday. What mental mind state are they in? Are they in executive, emotional, or survival? Every one of those are going to require a different action and how you address that. Kids that are in survival don't need someone telling them, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, because that just heightens what they're doing. We want to get kids always, regardless if they're acting perfect or they're having misbehavior, the best way to get them to understand their consequence and understand how to change their behavior is to get them back into the executive state. So if they're in the survival, we got to get them to the emotional. If they're in the emotional, we got to get them to the executive. But here are some tools and tricks to help you. So things you can do as a teacher, things that you as a teacher should totally handle and you can get kids through. Here are things we will do together. Like you might call us down and say, hey, I need some help. And we come down and we work through a situation with a kid. And then things that are totally us, like your radio calling, we need an administrator down here right now. These are these issues. We will always handle that alone in most instances. Sometimes there's, retribution that has to occur or there's some pure conflict that has to occur. But regardless, these are things. Also have some strategies here for you. Again, we want to remember what brain state are they? What's the natural consequence that goes with it? And always remember, in almost every instance, we're trying to get the kids back into class when they're back in the executive state. We're not going to send them into your classroom when they're still in the survival state. We're not going to send them back in the classroom if they're still in the emotional state. We're going to send them back into the classroom when they're back in the executive state. Okay, guys? Always our goal. Don't forget, fire drill September 9th, 9 o'clock. Make sure you're there. Curriculum corner, essential questions. Jamie put some stuff out there. Essential questions drive what we're learning in class. You guys have to be diligent with essential questions. They're everywhere in our building. I'm proud of all the work. Here's some great examples Jamie took snippets of. These are not the only ones, but referencing them and getting them to be able to understand that what they're learning connects with these. Because if they can answer these questions, they're going to be successful on your assessments. So make sure that's happening and make sure you're doing a great job with that. Kudos to the teachers who volunteered. Well, we took pictures. We walked around because we see some amazing stuff. So took pictures of those things. Great job. Appreciate it. Like this one a lot. It's right next to the door. So as the kids come in, they walk by and they see it. Also, when they are in class, that teacher has them listed elsewhere and always talking about them. So good for you guys. Hey, Counselor's Corner, staff reporting responsibilities. Don't forget, CPS is not something we investigate. If we have information that has us think there's a need to report, just like Kyle and Sarah talked about, we need to report that. We need to make sure we're doing that appropriately, please. IMP body safety, like we talked about, the 27th and 28th, just so you guys know, those 2 days are very busy days for Kyle and Sarah because it talks about body safety and people being safe. Normally we have some kids that respond to those things and react to those things. We're going to have probably a lot of kids fall into this emotional and survival state on that day. And when I say a lot, it's a handful, but there are going to be kids that fall into those categories. And Kyle and Sarah will be working really hard on those days to help those kids. Conscious Discipline Share Drive, great information in there. Good little video here that kind of helps us remember, the pieces of, the brain and what it looks like. Becky Bailey does a really good job talking about this, and it does help you kind of just remember kind of where are these kids at, what are they doing right now. One thing that is important, brain state. If you guys ever have done anything with grit and neuroplasticity, kids understanding that their brain grows is a powerful thing. And knowing that that's science, like that's real life, right? Understanding your brain states also helps a kid, because when they come to the office now, Rob, Jamie, and I are all talking to the kids going, hey, what do you feel like right now? Do you feel like you're just upset and sad? Do you feel like you just can't tolerate anything and you're that volatile person like we watched in the videos on Wednesday? Or are you ready to sit down and talk, right? We want to get these kids into that executive state. Check these videos out. Share it with your class. It's a great idea. It's not a very long video, and it's really good and helps kids understand kind of where they're at. And if they know, then they can help themselves. REL ideas. This is a great idea. Wait time for kids. And this doesn't always need to necessarily be for just EL. Again, EL instruction is great instruction for any kid. I am guilty of this. I ask a question, I want to fix, right? But there is power in just giving a little bit of wait time. Silence is powerful, and allowing kids to process is helpful. But check this out. Read this and ask this question. What does that look like in my classroom? How am I helping support that? And then, as always, guys, the hub, powerful tool here. Make sure you're using it. Make sure it's here. I know you guys are working on newsletters right now. We're going to put a new link in here so that newsletters are linked in here. So if you need to find where your newsletter's at, bang, it's right there. You guys can connect to it. Not a problem. And as always, guys, the three things we are most committed to. We're committed that learning is our fundamental purpose. We have a collaborative culture. I really enjoyed this morning, Friday. It was great to see people getting recognized. Take time to do that. You guys work together. You become a family. You really do. And you value everyone. So take time to recognize those people and that collaborative culture. And then don't forget, our results matter. We're coming up to a quarter assessment, or not a quarter assessment, but a cycle 1 assessment. We got to knock that out of the park. You guys should know going into that where they're at and what they know. And other than that, guys, I'm proud to be your principal. I'm proud to work here. I'm proud to be a part of everything that you guys do, and I love watching everything you do. So thank you for letting me be here and be a leader. Please let us know if there's anything we can do for you, and know that Rob, Jamie, Kyle, myself, Jen, everybody in the front office is here to support you, remove obstacles, make sure your kids are successful and that we're learning. Have a great weekend, guys. Take care.